What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle, and nothing like waking up to a good CNN expose, huh? Courtesy of James O'Keefe and Project Veritas, keeping journalism alive. If you don't know what's happened, I'm going to play the video for you. Stick here, and I'll let you know the details. A CNN technical director, Charlie Chester, was caught on hidden camera video. Project Veritas released the clips on Tuesday of Charlie Chester, and he's spilling the beans. You might remember a show from way back in the day called Candid Camera. And that's the first one I remember. I know there's been a lot of spin-offs and takeoffs on this online and stuff after, but I always think about Candid Camera as the first one, where they would do something and a lot of people were in on it, and there's one person at least that wasn't, and then at the end they would say, hey, this was all a joke, you've been caught on Candid Camera.
Some assembly is required. Well, now Chris has arrived at the first customer's home, so let's watch.
No, I have a full-size refrigerator.
Right, well, there's more parts coming.
Well, where's the refrigerator itself, though?
Well, there's some assembly required here. So we're gonna... You have to look right over there. You're on Candid Camera.
Had to be Candid Camera. Come on, you guys.
You're on Candid Camera. I think we got him through this term. We would always show shots of him jogging, him in aviator shades, and like you paint him as a young geriatric.
We were creating a story there that we didn't know anything about. So that's I think that's propaganda.
I think what we did, we got Trump out. I am 100% going to say it, and I 100% believe it, that if it wasn't for CNN, I don't know that Trump would have got voted out.
Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was, right? So our next thing is going to be for climate change awareness.
Do you think it's going to be just like a lot of like fear, like climate?
Yeah, fear sells. Fear sells. No one ever says those things out loud, but it's obvious.
For years, we've heard that CNN is the most trusted name in news, but a CNN director is on tape telling us that they're propaganda, helping a certain political candidate, employees admitting what we've always known to be true.
Trump was, I don't know, like his hand was shaking or whatever like that. We brought in like so many medical people to like all tell a story that like it was all speculation. That he was like neurological damage, like that he was losing it, he's unfit to, whatever. We were creating a story there that we didn't know anything about. I think there's just like a COVID fatigue, so like whenever a new story comes up, they're gonna latch onto it. They've already announced inner office that once the public will be open to it, we're going to start focusing mainly on climate. It's going to be our focus. Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was, right? So our next thing is going to be for climate change awareness.
Who decides that?
The head of the network,
Who's that? Is that Zucker?
Zucker, yeah.
Climate change is going to be the next COVID thing for CNN. We're going to...
You might be thinking, is that really a news-breaking story that CNN wanted to get Trump out? And I want to look at it from the standpoint of pretending that we were in a good place as a country. How crazy it is to have that confirmed, at least through the story of this technical director. That shouldn't be the case, obviously. But James O'Keefe followed up. He didn't want to just leave it like that. There's another video. Let's listen to this one. This is the follow-up video.
We're outside this restaurant in Jersey City. We're about to confront Charlie Chester, CNN's technical director. CNN employee is inside the restaurant. We got him on camera. He's meeting with our undercover reporter. He expects that person to return to the table, but I'm going to be returning to the table in a minute. Let's go. Charlie, is this seat taken? I'm James O'Keefe with Project Veritas. You're a technical director at CNN. You're on camera talking about the importance of getting Trump out of office without saying that's what your intent is.
Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was, right?
I think what we did, we got Trump out.
You're on tape saying this.
Not interested in talking to you.
I just want to ask you.
I've asked you now.
What
You're
you?
close to you, within 6 feet of me. Without your mask on.
Well, I can stand 6 feet away from you and ask the same questions. That sounds like a good idea.
You're not going to get me to talk about anything, so.
Well, you also said that it was, in your words, quote, propaganda.
We were creating a story there that we didn't know anything about. So that's I think that's propaganda.
I'm quoting you here. All right. Well, you've already spoken with us. You admit your network is helping certain candidates for political office, and you're admitting that you're wanting to hide it. Why hide it, Charlie? Why hide it? They never have the courage to say publicly what they will say privately. That's courage right there. That's courage. Yeah, drive away. You won't be able to drive away from the truth. How do you sleep at night? Charlie had nothing to say, certainly shocked. We had asked him about his comments. He said the quiet part out loud.
No one ever says those things out loud.
We got him on tape. He drove away.
James O'Keefe, he's great as a journalist, but it's clear he's a prick, right? Like he puts the microphone in the door before it closes on purpose or accidentally. Just a little annoying, trying to get the subject to act out in a way. But that's journalism. To be a journalist, this is what an awesome contrast. Look at the difference between James O'Keefe, who is doing real journalism on the streets, getting secret tapes, doing all that, and CNN that is doing propaganda. And you see the contrast with James O'Keefe, and it's what a poor dude. This dude thought he was on a Tinder date. This footage was from a series of Tinder dates. So can you imagine going on Tinder, just swiping through, you put in your bio, I'm a CNN technical director maybe, or something like that, just so people know, hey, I'm not your normal average Joe. You're just trying to get laid. It's just, don't blame the guy. That's all he's trying to do. And James O'Keefe, how do you go to sleep at night? He goes to sleep very well, knowing that he's exposing this stuff. And say you go on these dates, on these Tinder dates, you hope something happens or whatever the case may be. You wake up the next day and pieces of your date footage are on the internet. And as of this recording on Twitter has 4.5 million views on the one video. Can you believe that? Could you imagine that happening? Why this is important is there are times when people can say, hey, you are just doing a conspiracy theory. When you say mainstream media, big tech, they all have an agenda controlled by the establishment to help people maintain and stay within the confines of the establishment. And I did a video on the establishment and politicians, and why this is pertinent to Trump is this is not your typical CNN, I'm trying to get Obama over Mitt Romney. Because I don't even think CNN cares that much whether Obama beats Mitt Romney. This election was unique in 2020. I talked about the Time article that confirmed there was a cabal of interest groups and political groups and corporations that banded together to fortify the election. He is on tape admitting that, at least in his mind, that CNN is out there to fortify, well, in his words, is stronger than that, to help Trump lose. Trump is out of the establishment. Don't think Fox News was for Donald Trump. And that's why you saw after there was a fractioning between Donald Trump and Fox News before the election. After the election, you saw the fracture completely split because Fox News felt like, okay, we can finally tell the truth. We're establishment, just like CNN. We just cater to a different part of it to reach different people. And now that Trump's out, we're happy. Trump and Fox News had beef, and you saw Trump supporters turn on Fox News, go to alternative sources. This is bigger than just, oh, of course CNN supports the Democrat. Nope. This is an attack against an anti-establishment candidate. We also heard evidence from a former producer saying that they kept Andrew Yang off the air. So we're seeing stuff that is tangible now. This is not speculation. It's not necessarily proof either, but it's evidence. There's tangible evidence that CNN is a propaganda machine. That is a fact. We have tangible evidence of that. Whether that evidence turns into proof, you probably need more evidence than just this even, but this is like tangible stuff. Journalism is not dead, and James O'Keefe is keeping it alive. There's others out there that I follow. I subscribe to Glenn Greenwald's Substack and Robbie Yeager. He is amazing. He has under 10,000 followers, and he's breaking news all over the place. He's following the money. And I do want to kind of reach out to him and see if he replies. I want him to follow the money for Black Lives Matter for me. That's where I really want to see what's going on. But he follows the money. He broke the story about Nancy Pelosi investing in Microsoft before Microsoft got the defense contract and the stock blew up. So there's journalism out there. James O'Keefe, when's the last time you really got excited about journalism? The state of our country right now is journalism. It's all about investment per views, because your currency right now is in views and not likes or dislikes, but just views, retweets, shares. So if you can do a crap opinion article that takes 2 minutes to write, and you put the headline out there like racist woman at so-and-so establishment says this, and you get millions of views, why would you do a budget and do any type of journalism where you have to get to the streets and have a cameraman and put people up in hotels and front thousands of dollars just to get the story? And that story doesn't even get as many views as some headline New York Times just throws out there. James O'Keefe is trying to keep it alive, keep it fun. You're going to see Project Veritas span out. And historically, they are not just right-leaning. People will paint them as that. And most of their stuff is hit pieces that I've seen on Democrats. But he has done it in a bipartisan manner. I think for him, it's just about what's gonna hit, blow up, what's relevant. There's nothing more relevant than this right now after the election. So excellent, excellent stuff. I want to see more journalists like this. It's very hard to get into it. Comment, let me know what you think. Is this journalism or is it trash to you? I actually value it. And I think the biggest takeaway is, even if we have the mainstream media controlled by the establishment dominating everything, we do have other avenues like Substack, and we do have people and groups like Project Veritas that are really on the streets. I really believe if you are on the streets, even if you are not backed by all that money, at the end of the day, you will be the one exposing truths. And more people are going to these alternative sites, Rumble, Substack. I'm on Odyssey. I'm on Minds. These are other social media outlets. If you support that, you will find the truth. The truth will not hide. And even though the mainstream controls everything, it will be the people with boots on the ground, like the Convo Couch and other grassroots news organizations, that have the last laugh. Thanks a lot for listening. Take care.
What are you talking about? What happens to us in the future? We become assholes or something?
Yo, first off, I plan to hurt y'all. Yeah. So catch a curveball. Deform your face like Bobby Brown's berserk jaw. You're just too small. Like an ant to an elephant. My x-rays a woolly mammoth skeleton. Mega large, bigger than life, bigger than death, bigger than Dolly Parton jiggling breasts. We get in your chest, ripping skin and digging in flesh, ligament stretch, instruments into your fisherman vest. We cold lamping like Alaskan antique shops. And you ain't gotta ask Nintendo if we hot. Oh, you short and stout, just a little teapot. Catch a speed knot from size 13 Reeboks. Threaten me, I'll blast a Glock, I swear. I'll pump your room full of carbon monoxide air. The Baldwin Brothers reunion with no RSVP. Name another rapper nice as me from the 813.
We always get the last laugh.
With smoldering flesh under your goddamn gas mask.
Treacherous shit.
Beat you with a chain and padlock with Tretch wearing that shit. When you see us, whoa.
I'm trying to make Joey Lawrence's head explode.
Many skulls got ripped.
Shrunken and dried in the beef jerky strip. Yo, like Al-Qaeda kitty porn, I make cops swarm. I'm in top form, the transform, not corn, but I'm stuffing your little cousin like some hot porn. Is this mic on? An American asshole like Jackson at the Kumite. My humor spray the room away, I'll make the big kahuna say, sweaty back bastard is so bunk. While I'm set the bone, you're sitting home pumping your nasal spray. I'm with Rachel Ray making a sperm chest souffle. You're too gay, Lance Bass will wave you away. You're finding bits of rappers in my chewed food. I'm rude, dude, ripping dolphin fins off till it's just a smooth tube. Girls get wooed nude when my mood's lewd. Ooh, who you get booed, dude. I'm magic to the moat, you can't be like me. I put a baby lemon shark in your sweet iced tea. We always get the last laugh.
With smoldering flesh under your goddamn gas mask.
Treacherous shit.
Beat you with a chain and padlock with Tretch wearing that shit. When you see us, whoa.
I'm trying to make Joey Lawrence's head explode.
Many skulls got ripped.
Shrunken and dried in the beef jerky strips.
It's safest to say that we got razors and blades. Hang you like a puppet, then cut the cables away. So
bro, no way. It's Magic Most with a Mexican hat. Stupid hoes call me Jose.
Who else from FLA writes this ill? 5 hours away from where Miami Vice was filmed. I'm like Sonny Crockett in a Ferrari, getting my swerve on. Self-titled come whack, motherfuckers heard wrong.
Word born, I'm Captain Ron with tight scuba suits on, killing all the pirates with knives through the eyelids. Leave the cabin boy headless with his bones on my necklace. Then put the captain's peg leg on Craigslist.
Hey yo, check this, destined to be like the Karate Kid in Okinawa. What I probably did to your mama will leave a kid with a trauma. That's right. Best of all, high cholesterol, though better make my pockets fat.
Yo, I'm chopping rappers into cutlets for the public. Then I'm chopping the cutlets into buckets of nuggets. Ain't nothing above it. Unzip my pants and just tug it. I'm annoying like a John Lovitz puppet, but you love it.